Hello, my name is María Espinal and I'm going to talk in this video about the importance of climate change with respect to agriculture. We know that the earth is constantly changing throughout history, and this is so evident. NASA, according to the NASA, just in the 650,000 years, there have been 7 cycles of glacial advances. With the abrupt end of the last ice age about 7,000 years ago, marking the beginning of modern climate era and the human civilization. Most of this climate change are attributed to very small variations in Earth orbit that change the amount of solar energy our planet receives. The physicist John Tyndall recognizes that the heat trapping nature of carbon dioxide and other gases was demonstrated in the mid 19th century. Climate change could make it too hot to grow certain crops, and drought caused by the climate change could reduce the amount of water available for the irrigation. Climate change is also likely to cause strong storms and more floods, which can damage our crops. High temperatures and changing rainfall patterns could help some kind of weeds and pests fungi to spread to the new areas. Changing temperature, as I mentioned before, amount of carbon dioxide and the frequency and intensity of extreme weather could have significant impacts on crops yield. Moderated warming and more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere may help plants to grow faster. Warm temperatures may make crops grow more quickly, but warm temperatures could also reduce yield. That is why it brings a lot of positive and negative effects because crops tend to grow faster in warm conditions. More extreme temperatures and precipitation can prevent crops from growing. Extreme events, especially floods and droughts, can harm crops and reduce yields. However, for some crops, like for example the grains, grow faster. It reduces the amount of times the seeds have to grow and mature. High carbon dioxide levels can increase yield. The yield of some crops like wheat and soybeans can increase by 30% or more under doubling the carbon dioxide concentration, but by the other side, the yields of other crops such as the corn exhibit some much smaller response. Many weeds, pests, and fungi thrive under warm temperature, wetter climate, and increased carbon dioxide level. Currently, the farmers spend like uh, 11 billion of dollars in the United States with respect to the weeds. Another problem is that as the water supplies are reduced, it may be more difficult to meet the water demand that our crops need. Livestock may be at risk both directly from the heat stress, indirectly from the reduced quantity their food supply. Climate change may increase the prevalence of parasites, diseases that affects the livestock. The early onset of spring and warm winter could allow some parasites and pathogens to survive more easily. Increasing carbon dioxide may increase the production of pasture, but may also decrease the quantity of this. Increase the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide can increase the production of plants on which livestock feed. However, studies indicate that the quality of some of the forage found in the pasturelands decrease with high carbon dioxide. So my proposal mitigations are farmers may be able to prepare for climate change by planting some crops during different times of the year or by planting crops that can survive better in hot or dry conditions. Crops variety and traits um, that are resistant to pests and disease will improve producers' ability to adapt to the climate change. To extent that these varieties reduce the need for pesticides. They also reduce carbon emissions by decreasing pesticides demand as well as the number of in-flight applications. My prevention proposals is that farmers should take awareness to the of the products they use and make a good analysis of their soil and water conditions in many ways to prevent the loss of their cultivation. Make sure that the to make an efficient irrigation to supply the demand of water that our crops need.